I know every day is room for improvement in a lot of different areas in my game, so I never feel, I would say, full. I would say I'm always hungry. And it's a lot of aspects in football that you could get better at. It's weight room. Like, I put in my day's work, but I know I'm far from where I want to be.
Shedeur Sanders has finally spoken out, ending the speculation surrounding his potential starting role with the Cleveland Browns. In a recent statement, Sanders made it clear that he's not satisfied with just being part of the conversation, he's aiming for much more. "I'm hungry for everything coming my way," he said, expressing a relentless drive to grow and improve. Sanders emphasized that his current position isn't the end goal, but just a step in the journey. He's focused, determined, and fully committed to the grind. For Sanders, it's not about proving others wrong. It's about proving himself right. Could this be the beginning of something special? After the minicamp, Shedeur Sanders stepped in front of the media, facing the questions that had been circling him for weeks. Calm and composed, he addressed everything, from the noise surrounding his name to the pressure of being in the NFL spotlight. Sanders admitted that there's still a long road ahead before he can truly make his mark on the league. "There's a lot to do," he stated, "and I'm working every single day to get better." With humility and focus, he acknowledged the gaps in his game, but also made it clear he's ready for the challenge. Shedeur emphasized that after the disappointment of the draft, his greatest growth didn't come on the field, but within. He shared that he's taken time to improve himself spiritually, forming a deeper connection with the Creator. "I talk to him every day," Sanders said, highlighting how this spiritual journey has grounded him and given him clarity amid the chaos. He insisted that this inner transformation has been the most significant part of his development so far. Through faith, reflection, and a stronger sense of purpose, Shedeur believes he's becoming not just a better player, but a better man. Maybe that's what truly sets him apart.
Grown the most.
I'd say spiritually. That's why I say I've grown the most. After draft, you know, getting closer to God and definitely talking to him consistently, having a real relationship with him. That's why I say I've grown the most at.
Chase Daniel also stepped up in support of Shedeur Sanders, praising not just his talent, but his character. He described Shedeur as a humble kid with the mindset and skill set of a great quarterback. Daniel pointed out that Shedeur isn't just a flashy name. He's a proactive player under center, known for his poise and accuracy as a passer. At some point this season, he's going to be the one starting, Daniel stated confidently, so why not give him the reps now? With veterans like Chase backing him, the conversation around Shedeur isn't just growing, it's gaining serious credibility. On the other hand, James Jones didn't hold back when speaking about the Browns' quarterback situation. He made it clear that if the young guys are performing well, there's no reason to keep placing Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett above them. "If these boys are doing good," Jones said, "why keep looking backward?" He urged the Browns to give Shedeur Sanders a real shot during the preseason, arguing that it's time to build confidence and momentum with the fresh talent. With the team struggling at the quarterback position for years.
It just keeps letting me know, because I keep hearing 5 games, 5 games, 5 games, 3 games, 3 games, 3 games. That's what you're going to get with Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco. So eliminate them. I'm just eliminate them. If these 2 rookies go out there and they play well in preseason.
James Jones didn't mince words when addressing the Browns' long-standing struggles at the quarterback position. He emphasized that Cleveland has been searching for consistency under center for far too long. According to Jones, it's time to give Shedeur Sanders a real opportunity to prove himself. "You have to give the kid a chance," he said firmly. He also mentioned Dillon Gabriel, noting that if either of them doesn't rise to the occasion, at least the Browns will know where they stand. "If it doesn't work out, you know what to do," Jones added. "But how will you ever know if you don't let them play?"
Put these rookies in the game. You guys have been struggling at the quarterback position for a very, very, very long time. Now you're playing with house money. If you put these young boys out there and you let them go play, and whichever one wins the battle and goes out there and start week 1, if they don't deliver, then you know what you got to do for next year. You know what Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco is going to bring.
LaShawn McCoy also weighed in on the Shedeur-Sanders conversation, and he didn't hold back. Nobody can say anything bad about Shedeur. He's that good, McCoy stated confidently. He acknowledged that, out of respect, and due to Dillon Gabriel being a third-round pick, the Browns are currently giving Gabriel more first-team reps. But McCoy made a strong case for fairness and clarity. Let both Shedeur and Gabriel play with the #1 wide receivers and the full starting lineup, he argued. Only then, he said, can we truly evaluate how fast these young quarterbacks process and perform under real pressure.
You couldn't touch Shedeur with a pole big as Shaq. We know that. Because nobody said anything about him in college at all. But cool, you being respectful to him because he's the 3rd round pick overall. So maybe he starts in front of Shedeur. But let these guys get equal reps at the being the #1, playing with the #1 wide receivers, playing with the #1 tight ends, like seeing what that feels like, the speed of going against the #1 defense. There's no pads on, so there's no real pressure. But I like to see how fast these guys can think, you know, when we are going with the ones.
McCoy went a step further, calling for Shedeur-Sanders to be given first-team reps immediately. Put him out there with the starters, he said. Let's see what he can actually do. According to McCoy, there's no better way to evaluate talent than by placing it in a real, high-level environment. He emphasized that Shedeur has shown enough promise to earn that chance, not just to watch from the sidelines, but to prove himself in action. With the right pieces around him, McCoy believes Shedeur could surprise a lot of people. McCoy's criticism stemmed largely from recent revelations about Shedeur-Sanders' placement on the depth chart. According to insider Mary Kay Cabot, Sanders has been designated as the 4th-team quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. That's right, 4th. In a surprising development, Cabot reported that the coaching staff has placed Sanders in a completely different bracket, which could signal they don't see him as ready for preseason action just yet. For McCoy, this move raised serious concerns. He questioned how a player as talented as Shedeur could be so far down the pecking order without being given a fair shot.
Chase, does Shedeur have a legit chance to winning the Browns starting job?
I mean, a legitimate chance. I think there's always a chance. Probably not week 1. Like, it's just based on where you were drafted. But back to what he said, like, I love, he looks locked in.
Yeah.
So what does this mean for Sanders' future in Cleveland? Is this just a temporary setback, or is there something bigger going on behind the scenes? Could this be a strategic move by the Browns, or is Shedeur facing an uphill battle to prove himself? Shedeur-Sanders may not be content with where he currently stands, but he's far from discouraged. Being placed as the 4th-team quarterback on the Cleveland Browns depth chart was a surprising move, one that raised eyebrows across the league and among analysts. For Shedeur, though, this isn't the end of the road. It's just another challenge to overcome, focusing on improving all aspects of his game and staying mentally and spiritually strong. He's made it clear that while this isn't the spot he envisioned for himself, he's staying locked in, grinding silently, and looking for the opportunity to fully express who he is as a quarterback. What makes his case even more compelling is the wave of support coming from respected voices in the football community. Veterans like Chase Daniel and LaShawn McCoy have stepped forward to vouch for Shedeur's talent, character, and potential. Even James Jones has urged the Browns to take a hard look at their QB room and consider what they really have in front of them. These aren't just empty endorsements, they're calls for fairness, competition, and long-term thinking. With the preseason around the corner and the Browns still searching for clarity at the quarterback position, momentum seems to be building in Shedeur's favor. The fans are talking, the analysts are watching, and the pressure is slowly mounting on the coaching staff to give the young quarterback a shot. It may not happen overnight, but all signs are pointing to a shift. If Shedeur continues to work the way he is, and if the Browns truly want to explore all their options, it's only a matter of time before he gets his moment. And when that time comes, he'll be more than ready to seize it. Now we want to hear from you. What do you think about Shedeur-Sanders' recent statement about his mindset and journey so far? Do you believe he deserves first-team reps in practice to show what he's truly capable of? Is it fair that he's been placed as the fourth-team quarterback, or should the Browns be giving him a bigger opportunity, especially in the preseason? With respected voices backing him, do you think it's time for the coaching staff to give Shedeur his shot? Could he be the future of the franchise if given the chance? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're ready to hear what you think.